I don't know what's wrong, but I cannot stay awake. I can't. This nay energy. So if there's a double of these people, these children, the real one could have been traffic. The real one could also be is as above, so below here. Hold on 1 second. There. Dude, I really want to use the. Hold on. I can't find my magnifying glass or my glasses. Leia, you. Oh, shit. Oh. And I don't know what's going on, y'all. It's like this is the poppy, the field of poppies. Okay, and follow the yellow brick road. When all they had to do was just stay awake, because I feel like even if I'm doing right now, like nobody's probably not doing nothing to me, but they're doing something to manipulate something mentally. Now, I did go upstairs. I woke up from a nap earlier, and the front door was open. I sleep right here on this couch. And when I got up, I went out to the sunroom to do something, and then I came back in, and I had to pee really bad, and I went upstairs. And when I got upstairs, I was on the toilet, and I heard somebody go out the front door, and I ran. It was almost like a ghost movie, and I'm like, "Oh, gotcha!" And I hurried up and ran out the bathroom. I said, and then I ran down the stairs real quick and opened up the door, and I looked out there, and nobody was there. And I looked at the inside of the house, nobody was there. So I don't know if somebody tried to slip in or somebody had slipped out, but I heard the doors like, tsh, tsh, like, you know how you, when you live in a house long enough, you know what your front door sound like when somebody leave out and then they let it close behind them. Okay. But it was like a ghost movie. It was like a real time. Like, I'm like, oh, something must be here amping up the shit, because when I went outside, I didn't see anything. Okay. I didn't see anything. It's almost as if I didn't just sit there 1 second, less than a minute. I was on the toilet. I didn't even get to wash my hands because I said, oh, I'm about to catch somebody. So I was peeing. I wiped myself. And then I was about to wash, about to put the water. I heard the sloop. I just hurried up and wiped myself and ran downstairs. And I didn't catch the person. but I know what I heard. And I said, Nene, Nene, to the child or whatever, or to the supposed daughter. And then she didn't say nothing. And her door was closed. And so nobody could have left out that room because the door, I don't know. It was the weirdest thing, y'all. And all of a sudden, ever since then, I cannot stay awake. I have taken 3 naps today. It's almost like it's been like the good old, not the good old days, but when I first was going through my problem, and then they did those sleep tests and said that I had narcolepsy. I haven't felt this way in years. Even though I don't take the medicine, I have not been taking the medicine for narcolepsy for like 3 years or something like this, or 4. Okay, I just been letting it kind of balance itself out, and I don't sleep that because I used to have a problem sleeping in the daytime all the time. As soon as the kids go to sleep, I go back to sleep, go to school, I go back to sleep, and then I wake up like 1 hour before they get home. I clean up the house, and then I get them off the bus and get the day started then. That's how, because I was going to the doctors and stuff trying to see what the hell is wrong with me. So now this also made me think about growing green, because look at this. With this little girl, the little girl in reverse, that's the place where, because I was so sleepy all the time, I could not take care of my own child. That's how bad whatever this sleep disorder was. Like back when she was like 3 years old. So this like 12 years ago or something, 13 years ago. And so before I went to bed, I was thinking about what you want me to look at growing green for. Because I was thinking like, wait a minute. The greens, the divine. Okay? Even I was thinking a picture that I found of my child at the kindergarten. And she was standing next to this thing, and it was like a vine growing up her back. Like it was on the wall for their classroom or whatever. Like a Jack and the Beanstalk thing was, you know, a Jack and a Beanstalk thing was on the wall behind her, and they were holding up some kind of picture that they had. You know how they do in school. All the kids hold up their own picture, and then the teacher take an individual shot of each one of them. I don't know. They probably be doing something with them pictures, of ritual or something. But it made me think about that because I told you I went there and I was so sleepy all the time. I would not even told my dad, like, I don't know what I'm about to do, Dad, because I've been taking care of kids all this time. And I don't know why I can't, I don't know what the hell wrong, because I never put my kids in daycare. But I had to put her in there for like 1 month, 2 months. It was a couple months maybe, because she was getting, like, I was falling asleep and didn't know what happened between time. Like, I will fall asleep when she was a little girl, when she was like 3. I will fall asleep, and then I will notice that I was asleep for like 1 hour or something, and she was only like 2 or 3, and then she'd be like, that's when we were like watching The Walking Dead as a family, and we had a second family room in the basement, and we would all be down there a lot. So my downstairs room that we built, it wasn't a craft room anymore. That's the kind of shit that I'm talking about too. Because I think that maybe if we would have closed off a certain portion of that, we would have needed a building permit. But we didn't do it. I don't know if we did a building permit or not. I can't remember. But we had oh, but we had, because now somebody supposed to be coming over here put the water heater. So now I'm thinking about a whole bunch of things. Amongst monsters of men, I'm getting this surely. The sacrifice of women is leading these men to have secondary beings that they can walk around on the earth with. If they can strip something from their wives or their women or something. It's something weird. And then call themselves He-Man. Like, I don't remember He-Man doing no shit like that. Unless it's a real backstory. But anyways, And I remember we were downstairs at the time, spending more time just trying to get a break and open up space in the house because it was so small. And then one day I woke up. What scared me is one day I woke up and I know around what time I went to sleep, and it must have been like 2 hours later, and I had it corralled off where she couldn't go nowhere, but in that room, that long skinny room in the basement, and she could. And but then I'm freaked out because when I woke up, I was looking for her, and I was running upstairs looking around, and she was up at the top of the stairs looking down at me, and I'm just thinking like, oh my God, how did you even get up there? Who else is here? This shit is weird. How'd you even get through this fence? Okay. Now, had I thought about my person had a doppelganger or a clone back then, and maybe the clone still had a key to the house, did I think about any of that and was putting something in my drink and making me go to sleep so they could spend time with the child or do something fucking weird? No, I did not think about that. And so, and I was having other like pains in my body. My hip was messed up. I couldn't walk straight. It just was random. It was so random, almost more like it could have been a possession or something like this, or something trying to possess me. And now that I'm thinking about it, because the thing that stopped is like, okay, I finally got a sleep study test. I finally got on some kind of medication, everything. It was keeping me awake. It was doing a good job, almost too awake. And so I was not going to have her in the daycare no more anyways. But the thing that got her out before all this happened is I went to pick her up one day. She had a big ass knot on her head, like a huge knot. And this place is supposed to have cameras all over. But they like, oh, we didn't catch it at this angle, or they're like, we didn't catch it at this angle. We don't know what happened. Oh, we don't have the footage, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you know how you want to just punch somebody. And I was kind of mad at myself because I made it without putting none of my children in daycare. And then here go the one time I got to put somebody in there for a little bit to get myself checked out health-wise. And then there we go. You know what I'm saying? Ugh. I was so angry with myself or something because I'm like, I should have just stuck it out because at that time I wasn't thinking about any of this supernatural shit at all. But I was like, that's so very superstitious. It's just very strange. And then I just took her right out that school. I said, oh, because you ain't going to have no footage about what happened or whatever like this. Oh, well, yeah, she won't. And they're like, oh, is, coming back? I'm like, no, she won't be coming back here. And, I just took her right up out of there. So, and then she just never went back. And I was just like, forget it. I don't know what I'm going to have to do, and by the grace of God, then, they found out or whatever within just a little bit of time after that. And then I was able to get medicine for it. But anyways, if something has happened like this sleeping spell right now, this is something trying to make me think back to that time because something major and supernatural could have happened that went over my head at the time. Now, I could probably have a supernatural body, but this could be people trying to be slick, knowing that I was about to go through a supernatural test or something like this, and they didn't give me my supernatural body. So that whatever supernatural things happen, I would not be able to be healed from it. That could be also what they're doing right now, leaving me abandoned with supernaturals, and I cannot protect myself. And I have the right to not lean on my husband or a fake husband or a traitorous husband or family or community, but myself to say, hey, I need my one body, bring it in. That's what the queen do. You know what I'm saying? She make decisions for herself and her people. So, like I said, these could be people that were so used to doing whatever this is that they were doing here. So, we got Elf. But I was thinking about what if something like this, what if somebody did something petty like, oh, we're like, oh, we're going to open up this like a little space and put some drywall up so that we can have extra space in the basement. And then a neighbor and person like, oh, yeah, because I think my so-called stepbrother, Chris, came over. That's another Chris. He came over and he did the electrical thing for our basement or whatever. It's just like a quick electrical hookup. And then he came over and he did that. So that was the access for him into the house. Okay? Like, this is tripping me out a little bit. Because now they're saying somebody's going to have to do my water heater. Okay? Somebody's supposed to come do my water heater. And every time when somebody now when for the past 5 years, I've been like, I don't like people coming to have to fix stuff for my house. Because it's every time they send somebody in, it's a plant, it's a setup every time. It's trying to get somebody in the house, whether they're trying to heal me, hinder me, harm me, whatever it is, okay? And then it made me wonder why, like I told you, why mobs try to code on to their wives. I did a whole conversation because I talked about this in the car with my person, and I did a whole conversation on this a long time ago, like 3 years ago. Why they do that? Because they can't trust nobody. They want that meal in the house. The woman cook it, whatever. They could trust that. Why people have pay good money, like queens and kings, to have certain people on their grounds doing stuff, and they like to have families. Like the daughter was the cook here too, and the mama and the grandma, because it's a level of trust, right? So that's what I was wondering. Did the attacks get worse? Like, or were they were doing this shit to my children or something, and the man couldn't say nothing and ran off with the kids? I don't know. And just gave me kids that don't carry that energy so that it could, like, people won't mess around or something like this. I don't know, y'all. I really don't. Or maybe somebody was trying to leave me in the pit to see if I could make it out of the whatever it is, okay? I don't know. And then now, so that whole story was to say about that, because she was going to go to some like school called like Sterling. Well, it had more of a feeling of like where royal children would go, like a castle. It had like a castle like name to it or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I think I want to go here. I like it here. And then we went to the other Growing Green, and I'm like, it's kind of naturally or whatever. I kind of like it. I really wanted the other one. It was like it had a different type of energy to it. But it didn't matter because she wasn't going to stay there long. We were just doing it to find out what was wrong with my sleeping disorder, right? So anyway, it could be a little bit that shit. I've been taking care of children position for long enough. Okay, motherfucker, I gotta go enjoy. It's almost want to say, oh, okay, honey, you my last little white girl. You my last little black girl I'm taking care of. Cause I think the black people is kidnapping me. I think that if whatever this special thing is, energy is or whatever, if America produces it, they let Africa in and they took it over. I'm trying to tell you right now. It just you can't tell me nothing different. Now you could go, a scientist can go in some kind of way, archaeologists, the government, whatever you want to do. But this is what you did. And I feel like even when I'm talking about in that area, when I told you it's been something there all this time, and it's like it is the thing that's like pushing people away, like don't you want to move here, or like moving people on. They're using something against something. But I think that in the beginning of that movie I saw like Mayan representation. That's why I told you I was thinking that they was manipulating the Mayan calendar, Gregorian calendar, also maybe some Jewish calendars. Like somebody's doing something strange with time. I don't even know if I'm going to have that much time here, but I am so tired. I'm just saying. And I was also thinking like today, like, oh, wait a minute. Somebody trying to get somebody pregnant or something like this. And that just is crazy. That just would not be happening. That's what I was all trying to think too. Like, no, no, no. Because somebody want to try to call me Mary instead of Jesus and representing me as king. They're trying to make it like, no, this is Mary. Now she's pregnant by Jesus or whatever. He came in, snuck in, and got her pregnant. Just let's go with the flow. And they did this to other women, or they did it over and over again. But it's like, no, not doing that. Yeah, we got the Holy Spirit, but you're not about to be doing it to the Holy Spirit. Okay? Hold on, because what time is it? It's something like that. So I was just sleeping. And I feel like whatever's going on today, somebody was waiting for me to come out here with a mouthful. It's almost like they measured the things that I've been saying for the past week, and they're like, "Oh boy, we better go ahead and do something because she's gonna let it rip, or she's gonna explode like a volcano, like what you would try to find out to stop a volcano from erupting." That's what somebody's trying to do. So something is blocked. But that's what I was thinking. Okay, let's just say this little ramble or whatever, because I only got 5 minutes left, anyways, that I could be on here. Like, what if little things like that, like a neighbor or something like this, being a hater, like, oh, I think he's over there. You don't think that your neighbors move next to you to violate your family or kidnap or traffic your fucking family. But whatever somebody did say that, like, oh, that person built an extra room or something in the basement or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then somebody get arrested or something, like secretly by the spiritual police because of this. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, would be some crazy shit like that. No police. You don't have the story in real time or in real life to talk about what happened, but this could be a way of getting people out for whatever reason. I don't know. Okay. And then we got the King of Wands here over here by himself. Somebody is lying about a King of Wands. Somebody could have said you put them in jail. I don't know, but somebody's lying about this King of Wands or this King of Wands. There's a lie going on behind this person's back. And I ran into a boy at the store. And he was like waiting for the store. And when I looked over at him, I said, "You one of his, ain't you?" I know it ain't him. But I'm like, "You one of his, ain't you?" And that's all we gonna say. But he was just like, "Oh, do you know what time they open up or whatever like this?" And I'm like, I came too early too, you know. But I feel like we got the Temperance here. This could also be a man. Now, I'm not even gonna lie. This could be this energy about like this Adelaide energy. Somebody is an old soul that been like manifest destiny, a spirit. My body could be different, but this could be the sense of you or somebody else is one of these spiritual beings that your body has been on here in a form for a long time as different people, different things, different something. Maybe as a healing thermometer, a conduit of something. And this could be somebody that's tired. Like I don't know. This could be somebody that's out of line. I said out of line, where it's because of the way far in the beginnings. Excuse me. There is supposed to be a connection between you and a certain bloodline. And there's a woman, like that story about the woman where every man is connected to this woman in a family, not like in a loving way. They don't have to be with her, something like this, but it's something about, and when you think about something like that, that could be something more supernatural, or it could be more, I don't know. Because what if this woman doesn't have sons of her own, and then whatever these people did, the curse of their, not a curse, but there could be a connection with the family or something where a man killed all this woman's sons. She had a, let's even call it like a mythical story. Oh, the woman that lived in the shoes, she had 80 sons, and they were killed by the blues. Some shit like this. You know what I'm saying? And so now their sons, God made it so their sons will always feel a sense of protecting this woman, because the evil husband might not have been of the bloodline, or he was of the bloodline, and he allowed horrible things to happen to this woman, and he decided to end all the lives of her children. So now they're his sons, or did something dirty, like try to leave her behind. His sons will be connected to that woman. They will feel sad if something happened to this woman. You get what I'm saying? It could be something like that here. Okay? Because somebody could have been like, well, no, I'm going to stop this. It was nothing wrong. The family was getting beautiful growth. The family was, but then the person looked jealous at the woman, like, oh, everybody praise you in the family that we're getting this growth or something like this or whatever, that we're supposed to be cursed, but we're getting this growth. I'm going to get rid of you. And then now the bad luck is back on the family because somebody broke like they went against God. So it made me think about in the Bible when it say, okay, unless you go, these people are going to always have these positions or whatever, unless they go against God. And think about it. Somebody end up getting all their feelings, get with a Jezebel, something like this, and then they start disregarding the woman. You could be with somebody just like with the queen. You got to take a vow to her first and then your wife. So it's like, okay, nobody's stopping you. The queen ain't following you around. The queen ain't never following nobody around trying to plead for them to stay with her, be with her. So you can't use that as an excuse. Now these other hoes you playing with, they got you feeling all good in yourself because you got them following you around, crying around, scraping on your door at nighttime and shit like this. But the queen ain't doing that. So make up your mind what you want. And somebody that got that misconstrued with what real love is. Well, at least she cried when I'm about to leave or something. Well, shit. Okay, well, I don't know because I'm not not wired that way or something like this all the way that much. So that's why I'm saying if these meddling, I keep getting something about meddling men or gossipy men. So these could be men that feel more about something than you do. You like, they're supposed to be business first, and that's what I'm just thinking here. That somebody tried to hide somebody away from they try to do something, hide somebody away from their sons, and God is still putting this on them as a family because of something that happened. They don't have to be all up under this person's ass. They don't have to do none of that. It's just there's an obligation to something because of what somebody had done. But I feel like whoever this is, I seen this sitting over here, and somebody could be lying behind their back. Maybe it is this Jezebel. I don't know. And this person is looking at this temperance energy here. Okay. They could also feel like, oh, well, I'm getting you're lying about the Ace of Cups or something like this. Okay, I don't know. There's some kind of tower. Somebody could have tried to bring somebody a tower for your Ace of Cups or what you're thinking. So in the future, I'm guessing they saying that if you sit there and be like, ooh, this motherfucker, I know you did that. I know you stole my money, my inheritance. Nobody ain't saying nothing. I hope these niggas just die. Somebody gonna try to take you to jail because you say that in your brain. Now, you didn't set out no poison in this person's food. You didn't even make no attempt to harm this person. You still are using common courtesy with this person, but you still speculating something. You mad in your head like, "Ooh, these motherfuckers won't tell the truth." Oh, I just hope. Ooh, I hope somebody get into a fucking car accident or something. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we've all maybe have been there, okay? And somebody's gonna use shit like that to try to get people put in jail. That's what I'm hearing. Like it's like sick 'em, bitch. And somebody's just gonna sit in your energy and wait for you to say something like that in your head and say, see, she said that mean thing. Go ahead and put her in jail. After they're pushing you to the limit. Like you trying not to even see it like this. I'm telling you, this is what these people are doing. Or what they were capable of, maybe. And somebody's like, I'm tired of you with my family or something like, because it's bringing me back to when I was younger and my father-in-law, when I went over there one time, like I had been telling my boyfriend, don't be giving them a ride everywhere or something like this. I don't want your parents tripping or whatever. You ain't gonna be able to come see me or something like this. So, I think one of my friends, or we was hanging with some people and then they wanted to ride over here, da 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 da. And I'm like, don't be doing that or whatever. And something like this, your parents gonna be tripping about the car or whatever, and your sister and shit. So then we ain't gonna be able to see each other. Something so we were limited how much time he was spending or taking the car and everything like this. But I remember that one time when I went to his house and then his dad was like, oh, and he yelled at me or whatever. He's like, I'm so tired of him. He's all stuck on you or something like this. And I'm tired of him and all this and that. And I don't like you or whatever like this. And then I was just like, oh, I didn't know. But he was like, and he told his dad, don't you ever talk to her like that. She didn't even do anything. And I was like, I was telling him not to do it. I was telling him, don't be giving them rides and stuff like this. He's like, it's you or your friends or his friends or something like this. I'm like, well, I told him not to do it or whatever. But that even made me think about it because in that movie Adelaide, the dad got vexed. He got like consumed by her energy right when he seeing her because he realized that this was a girl that it could be a situation where you look like somebody that their dad or their grandfather or something like this was in love with. It's something like this that I'm picking up from whatever this is. And that's why I was thinking when this person realized who I could have been or what I'm connected to or something like this. Yeah, we got X right. It looked like X. Okay. um, this could have changed. They could have swept the boy right out of there, and then put a decoy in. Like, nah, the person gonna fall hard for this person. Hold on 1 second. I gotta. Let's see. Phone. No. Phone.